right, let's get it, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's go. Gonna talk Chaz, Lanier, and Ebuka, Okorie, size. So Chaz Lanier, you know, apparently he, you know, the way he's shooting the ball outside of game 1 in the summer league, I mean, you gotta find some minutes for him on that rotation. Seem like he gonna carve a spot out, you know, on the roster. And the jump shot looked Klay Thompson, Ray Allen-ness. You know, and at the end of the day, you know, for the most part, we really ain't asking him to put the ball on the floor and, you know, be prime Ray Allen. But if you can provide some shooting, I mean, the Pistons look a lot better shooting-wise. You know, and if you can go out there and defend at an average to above average level, you know what I'm saying? Now you talking my language, you talking, you know, and the way the ball, he just shooting and he in rhythm, and you can see he putting a lot of work in. And then even from now until when they go to camp, September, October-ish, you know, he still got a lot more time to grow, you know. But if he can just sit out there and he can defend and he can shoot that shot and he can shoot it the way he's shooting it, bro, I don't think you can hold that back. Because he going to get better. You know, going to have his highs and lows, but he going to get better. You know, and really the Piston farm system is looking real, you know, miniature Miami Heat-ish. They developed Dennis Jenkins. They can develop Chaz Lanier. You know what I'm saying? It's like, cool. You know, and obviously the main people that people want them to develop is Ron Hollins and Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren offensively. And we have to wait and see. But, you know, Lanier can find himself in that in a heavy rotation. And my thing about it is, you know, when you put these young guys like him and Jenkins in a rotation, you know, and Jenkins has already got to this point, you got to play him. You can't just pull minutes from them and play here. How they did Sasser was trash. You know, how they did Marcus Sasser was trash. You can't just pull time, play them, No, let them go out there and play. If they're gonna play a 15, 20 minutes a night, 10 to 15, let them have a 10 to 15 minutes a night, no less. Or if it's need, let them get more. But it's hard to have people, you know, fall in rhythm in today's basketball. When you playing with these guys' minutes, you playing with their confidence. You know, and also, you know, a lot of these coaches still live by the words of, you know, if you practice well, you'll play. I'm not mad at it, but everybody ain't a uniform practicer. You know, everybody ain't great at practice. So, but yeah, Lanier is looking like, hey man, he looking like, hey, he deserves a spot in the rotation. You know, to be honest, there's a spot next to Cade Cunningham open, and there's some competition for it, whether Isaiah Joe, Duncan Robinson, Ebuka, Okorie, and now you might be able to add Chaz Lanier to that list. You know, there's a spot out there. So Chaz Lanier may throw himself in that conversation. You know, the battles for rotation, you know, in that backcourt or on that, you know, that backcourt or in that small forward position, it's gonna be very interesting. Duncan can space it. You know, Isaiah Joe can space it. Lanier can space, and it may boil down to, you know, who can defend the best and also who can put the ball on the floor and score a little bit. I mean, we see Duncan do it. Now, I'm not sure about Isaiah Joe. I don't know a lot about him. And Lanier is gonna have to show that he can, you know, slash and get to the basket too. You know, but defense and what else you can do offensively, you know, is gonna make a huge case for them. So yeah, man, you know, Chaz Lanier is heating up like dry ice out there. You know, the way he's shooting it, and I mean, think about it. You know, I know it's summer league, but playing with Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren coming back and Colin spacing it from that forward position, he's spacing it from that forward position. You know, he gonna get a lot of opportunities out there in the NBA because nobody gonna be really paying attention. All the attention is gonna be on Cade, Duren, if he come back, and John Collins spacing it from that corner. So he gonna get a lot of good looks out there, whether it's, you know, Isaiah Joe, Duncan Robinson, Ebuka, Okorie, or Chaz Lanier. They gonna have to hit knockdown looks. You know, that's just what it's gonna be, or whatever lineup you in. And I think he brings that to the table. Now, I'm hearing people say having some concerns about Ebuka, Okorie, and some people say they should have took the kid Malik Thomas. Cleveland took him out of Arkansas, and he killing the summer league right now. And we've seen people kill the summer league before. It ain't nothing new, and then you don't hear nothing from them, where they don't get the opportunity in the regular season. And bigger is not always better. You know what I'm saying? Let me say that. People think, oh, you big person. We take, man, how many guys we seen flop in this league who had great size? You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing about Ebuka, Okorie, people say, oh, the length gave him some problems. And, bro, this dude was a fast riser out of nowhere. Like, literally, he's a fast riser. How creative he is at the bucket with his floaters, with how he able to get open, I'm not concerned about it. Is it going to be a transition? Is it going to be a transition? Is it going to be, in my opinion, is it going to be a transition from the NBA, from college to the NBA? It was a huge transition from high school to college. He went from unranked to one player 119 or something like that. So a lot of this, sometimes it just takes time to get used to. You know what I'm saying? To get used to the next level of composition. In a way, some people are better in the NBA than they are in college, because in college, you play against a lot of stagnant defenses because they allow you to play a zone. You know what I mean? So people expect these guys I just really don't understand the infatuation with the microwave, society, where we just believe that guys should already come ready. This is the best person you gonna be at 18, 19, 25, 30. No, bro, that's just not the case. I hate to break that to y'all. That's just not the case. He just turned 19 after the college basketball season, April 10th. There's been smaller guys that have learned to get their shot off in the NBA, whether it's Muggsy Bogues, Earl Boykins, way smaller than him. Him and Isaiah Thomas is the same height. The Detroit Piston Isaiah Thomas. You had the smaller Isaiah Thomas in Boston. Damon Stoudemire, Allen Iverson. You know what I'm saying? Steve Nash was able to get his shot off in the NBA. And there's a whole bunch of tall motherfuckers who can't play defense right now in the NBA. About 80-90% of these tall dudes can't stop nobody. And what doesn't bother me about him and his size is that he is shifty enough. He is creative enough. He got the ball on the string to get his shot off. Now, will there be an adjustment for him to be a nice finisher around the bucket? Yeah, it's going to be an adjustment. Tony Parker went through that same adjustment. Oh, this guy's taller. Just because you're taller or you're long, it doesn't mean you're going to be better than a particular person. Y'all read too much into size. Oh, it's a mismatch. Nobody played defense in the NBA. That's the crazy thing about it. Don't nobody play defense in the NBA. you know what I mean? Don't nobody play defense in the NBA. So I'm not concerned about it, because I see the creativity in the youth. He gonna get bigger. He gonna get stronger. His ball handling gonna get, shooting gonna get better. Shooting was something to look at. He's more of a scorer than a shooter, so the shooting will come. I'm not worried about it. The kid is 19, just like y'all. Jalen Duren, 22, and he can't get no better. And what are you talking about? If you the same person when you was 19 or 22, and you in your 30, you 29, 30, or you 42, 50, man, pack you up, man. Get up out of here, man. People act like self-growth, self-development doesn't happen, and everybody develops at a different speed. Some people develop fast. It's like being in your 6th, 7th grade class, and you had a guy that was 6 foot 6'2" already, and then by the time y'all graduate high school, he's still 6'2". Now y'all 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Or you 6'2" or 6 foot, and he ain't that as tall as he want. He peaked out quick. You do have guys who peak out quick, but when you add in maturity into it, development, life slowing down, you playing so many NBA games and they click on how to attack defenses and how to do this, dog, these guys got so much more room for growth. And I said this before. It's like looking at a puppy's paws or looking at that excess skin that a puppy got. You know he gonna be a big puppy or she gonna be a big puppy by that paws and them excess skin on their neck sometimes. You know, but I mean, like I said before, a lot of these guys, a lot of these young guys think you're a finished product. Oh, taller, bigger is better. No, it's about skill. Skill, and don't give me, oh, he's going to be a defensive liability. Everybody damn near a liability. The Pistons got a big liability defensively on their line. John Collins, he's a fucking liability. Man, it's hard to find guys that defend, that really defend. I mean, the Knicks got the liability in Jalen Brown. All these guys are defensive liabilities. I seen Giannis Antetokounmpo. I forgot who it was. It was in the playoffs. And they wanted him to guard somebody. It might have been Brian or it might have been KD. This motherfucker didn't even take the challenge and guard him. So don't tell, man, all these dudes mentally a liability, and most of these guys is physically a liability defensively in the NBA. So I don't miss me with that. But hey, appreciate y'all. Check out the NBA Talk, Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me everywhere on social media. Find me everywhere in the description. Hit that link. Find me everywhere. Peace.